What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for coming to hear me ramble today. So I'm going to give you some good information talking about Kickstarter and how you can back and pledge against different products, and kind of talk about where we're at with these TCGs, these trading card games that are up and coming and very successful. So stay tuned for that, right? So that's what I want to talk about. So to get started, not to waste your time, right? So I'm on Kickstarter.com. What you see in the background is Metazoo Cryptid Nation. Cryptid Nation, and well, Metazoo as a whole, as a company, is only about 8 months in the making, right? 8 months in the running. And there's a lot of hate, a lot of salt towards Metazoo. But let's talk about what they're doing right, okay? So first and foremost, you have Steve Aoki as the co-founder. You have Mike Waddell making all of the right moves. You have Rudy backing it. You have influencers like Logan Paul, King Pokemon, Post Malone opening packs. You have Dimac, you have D-Brews, you have jewelry coming out, 55 different product verticals, as well as being almost in their third segment, a Topps collaboration and a Walmart early January release for second edition with Walmart exclusives, not to include an upcoming game, probably a TV show, and an IPO. Now, this screams success to me. I don't know how you explain that it does not, and it's not successful. If you don't understand, then please rewind the video and listen to what I just said, because Metazoo is doing all of the right things. So what I want to look at and what I want to explain is not only for collectors and not only for investors, it's for both. And it's also for people who just enjoy cards and they want to buy cards and they want to get in early. So I want to help you understand Kickstarter and how you can pledge and get some of these cards and get into this frenzy, this TCG frenzy going on right now. I say frenzy because there's a lot of TCGs up and coming. There's probably about 20 or more, right? A lot of them will fall flat on their face. They will not do anything. Some will not get pledged to the point that they can become successful and move forward. Some are getting a lot of money, and we're going to talk about that. So what you're looking at is Metazoo, right? So Metazoo was on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is so you can help bring your project to life, your idea. And you ask people to pledge money to your project while you update them and promise to give them something, some sort of project. It could be a t-shirt, it could be a booster box. And Kickstarter is not just for trading card games, it's for almost anything, right? So what you're looking at is when it was live. Cryptid Nation and the Kickstarter for Metazoo is obviously over, but what you're looking at is how much they asked to bring this game to life. Mike Waddell only asked for a modest $10,000 goal. Now, it's pretty clear that he wasn't trying to scam people, because $10,000 is not a lot of money. Most of us out there probably have that invested just into one Kickstarter box in our living room, right? So he asked for $10,000. That's to get these cards printed and to get the game moving. So looking at how much was pledged, $18,249 total out of 255 backers. And that means that they only made $18,000 to get to where they are at today. Very, very impressive, especially considering it's a multi-million-dollar company in 8 months and has secured tons of different deals, right? So I would say they're very successful. While you're looking at this Kickstarter, how it normally looks is kind of like this. You have a layout talking about the game, talking about the different art, the playability, and the sample cards, the tester cards, whatever they put on there is what they have. And some people complain because a TCG may not have a playability aspect yet. They may not have a lot of updates or a lot of art yet. And that's sometimes because these card games don't have enough money. They don't have a big enough team. They haven't found a printing company yet. They haven't hired enough artists to finish their game yet. They need more money. They need more pledgers, more backers. And I do understand that some of these smaller TCGs, be careful FOMOing your money into it, because you could lose all of your money and the product may not come to full fruition. So be careful. But yes, you are taking a gamble on what you invest into. So be very, very cautious of that and try to stick to the ones that have the biggest networks, the biggest Discords, as well as the biggest Facebooks and following. That's what you want to look for, the biggest fan base. And I would say you're probably going to be safe with that. So when you're investing money, you have different pledge packs that you can do. And the more you pledge and the earlier you get in, sometimes you can get better promotional cards, as well as stuff like a case of booster boxes. So instead of one booster box, you get a case, maybe 18, 12, whatever it says, right? So on the right, so this pledge of 275 would have got you 6 times Kickstarter exclusive holographic promotional cards, and you would get 6 first edition booster boxes estimated to ship and deliver around November of 2020. So y'all get the point, right? You get the point. And after this ends, they update you, it goes into production, and hopefully you get all of your product that you were promised, right? Whether it's a playmat, any exclusives, promos. And if you look at the market now on eBay for Metazoo, you can notice that a lot of sample and tester cards and stuff are going for a lot of money. So if you would have got in early for the Kickstarter boxes on this, or the sample cards, the black border sample cards, you would have thousands upon thousands of dollars that you would have probably spent a couple hundred, if that. So if you can find a successful TCG early, then you will be well off in the future. And that goes into saying, this is why they are making so much money now, right? So Nostalgics and Grand Archive is still live. You can still back these projects. Now, when they fill up some of the spots that they have, they may close some of the pledges and some of the items that you can receive. But while you're looking at Nostalgics, you have $798,288, and they had a $100,000 goal, 1,700 backers, and 44 days to go. This is a very, very successful project. It smashed all records. It's a crazy amount of money to start with. Nostalgic they're killing it. You can look at all of the art. You can look at how the booster boxes are going to look, the day 0 cards, the different pledge levels. You have all of these starter decks. Look at this. So you have stores can actually buy, cases. So stores, LGS places can get their cases, and you can pledge up to like $7,777 and get a ton of stuff. Also, it has all the different pledges down here. This is what I mentioned. It said all gone, right? So this one right here, for example, it says pledge 79 or more to get 1 booster box. That is gone. So now you can no longer back this. It is maxed out at 100 backers, but some of these are still open to buy into. All right. So the last one I want to look at is Grand Archive. Grand Archive is close to what Nostalgics has. It has $752,000 and 853 backers. Around the same time left, this project is live. Right now, Nostalgics has a huge fan base. Grand Archive's art looks phenomenal. What they have, their videos, their art on their Kickstarter, it just looks so nice. It looks really, really nice. But people are still complaining about more card art coming out, as well as the playability aspect to Grand Archive. And I would also say and agree that people are FOMOing pledge money into these TCGs because a lot of people missed out on Metazoo. Do not FOMO all your money into these because nobody knows what the future holds. But looking at their pledge record so far and what they have received, they are doing quite well. $752,000 is a lot of money, and they can definitely get more artists, and that's what they've talked about. Once they get further into their goal, they will hire more artists, they will give more updates, and they will continue to update their gameplay to show the audience that this will be an awesome TCG. So these are just the top 3 that I am going for, right? Metazoo has closed. I'm still buying Metazoo. But Nostalgics and Grand Archive are 2 awesome looking games that I really, really look forward to. And just drop in and let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going for. There are a couple of others, like a Cora that closed, and you have some other up and coming TCGs to hit early next year that will hit Kickstarter. So tell me what you think. Drop some comments. Drop a like if you like the content, subscribe, and I will be back at y'all soon with another video, and I'll see y'all later.